Hi, boys and girls. This is Unit 10, Week 3, Day 4, and today we will be working on our dictation. Now, if you do not have access to a printer and you can't print this paper from your Google Classroom, that's okay. Just get any paper and pencil and follow along. I will lead you through this dictation. Let's begin with sounds. Number 1, please be my echo. Onk, onk. What says onk? O-N-K. Onk. Number 2, Ann, Ann. What says Ann? A-N, Ann. And number 3, Z, Z. What says Z? Z says Z, and we know that S also can say Z. Review words. These are words that we have already learned. You should be able to write these on your own, and you know how to mark them up as well. First one, be my echo. Hall, hall. You can tap it out on your own. Hall. And check your work with mine. I'm going to mark it up as well. Okay, boys and girls, the correct spelling is H, and then you have that glued sound, A-L-L, hall. Now, I boxed the A-L-L, and then when we first learned about our glue sounds, we didn't really know about how to mark a closed syllable, but now we do. So you can scoop that word or underline it and then mark it with a C down below. The next word, be my echo, lungs, lungs. Go ahead and you can tap that word out and then spell it, mark it, and check it with mine. Okay, boys and girls, so the correct spelling is L, and then you have that glued sound, U-N-G, and you add your suffix S. So lung, lungs. Make sure that your markup looks like mine. You can box your glued sound. Of course, you begin by that scoop or underline of the base word and circling that suffix. And we do know that it is a closed syllable, so you can mark it with a C. Now we will move on to our current words. Current words. Number 1, be my echo. Trusted, trusted. What is the base word? The base word is trust. Let's tap out trust. T, s, t. Okay, let's begin by spelling. T, uh. Now I said the full word is trusted, and we know that id is used for our suffix, ed. It makes that id sound. So that is the way we spell trusted. Now for our markup, the markup, you're going to begin by scooping your base word trust and circling that suffix, ed. And then I want to look at my vowel, and I know my vowel is short, so it's going to get a breve. And it's closed, the closed syllable, because I have that vowel followed by the consonant S. Now, at the beginning of my word, I see a blend. I see the TR. So the T gets an underline and the R gets an underline. And then at the end, I see another blend. The S gets an underline and the T gets an underline. So make sure that your markup looks just like mine. Okay, number 2. Be my echo. Standing, standing. What is your base word? The base word is stand. Let's tap out stand. And Okay, spell it. And stand, standing. I know I need to add my suffix ing. Standing. Now, for the markup, let's begin by scooping our base word and circling the suffix ing. Now going into my word, I do see a glued sound, so I'm going to box it, okay? And I'm going to mark it with the breathe. Now at the beginning of my word, I see an ST. So that's a blend, ST. And now at the end, this is where it could get a little tricky because I have that glued sound and I know that it's a glued sound, the AN, and that's why I boxed it. But you can also have a blend here, the ND. So you can mark ND as a blend. And we know that stand is a closed syllable, so I'm marking it with a C. If you do not put the box in there for the AN, that's fine. It's a matter of preference. If you prefer to do it, that's okay. Now let's move on to trick words. Trick word number 1. Before we write, we're going to trace it with our finger on a table or wherever you're sitting. You're just going to trace it with your finger. So the first trick word is the word out. Let's trace it. O, U, T. Out. Now let's write it. O, U, T. Out. Trick word number 2. About. Let's trace it. A, B, O, U, T. About. Ready? A, B, O, U, T. About. We're on to our sentence. I'm just scrolling up a little bit. Now you can see I have the frames already laid out. Here's our sentence. Be my echo. She printed our tests. She printed our tests. Okay, so I am going to circle the trick word that's in our sentence because this is a word that we can look up. And now, let's begin typing. Well, you're going to write. I have to remember a capital letter to begin my sentence because I have that frame and it reminds me. All sentences begin with a capital letter. She printed our test. Okay, now for the word our, because it's a trick word, I'm just going to double check on my first grade word wall and I'm looking over here at the O's and I'm looking for the word our. Can you find it? Right over here. O-U-R. So I looked up my word, I know that I'm right, and I'm typing it in. O-U-R. Let's proofread this sentence. She printed our test. I have every word written down. Now, like I said before, did I begin with a capital letter? I did. Did I end with the correct punctuation mark? I did, because I'm telling you something. I'm not asking a question, I'm telling you something. Now, looking at my trick word, I checked that, I got that right. Now that leads me to my unit words. Oh, as a reminder, she, that's another trick word from the past. It's a review one. So you could look that up on your first grade word wall if you were struggling. Now on to printed. Printed is a unit word. And I know the base word is print. So if I tap that out, I spelled that right. And I know that id means that it's a suffix ed. Happened in the past, printed. So this is right. And now I have, this is a review word, test. I know my base word is test. S, test. And then I added my suffix s. Now, I want to scoop my phrases. She printed our test. For this sentence, I would give it one scoop. If you wanted to, and you said she printed our test, that could also work. Phrasing is something that can vary as long as it makes sense. One or two scoops would be acceptable. So, boys and girls, I hope this helped you with your marking up and your trick words. And you can practice this again. You can rewind any portion of this video. You've worked really hard today. Great job. I'll see you next time.